It's been a year and almost 2 months. I was counting the weeks initially of how long it had been, and then I counted the months how long it had been, and that first year was really hard. Her first birthday was horrible. The first Christmas and Thanksgiving and my mom and dad's anniversary, those were very, very, very hard, and everybody prepared me for it. There are days when I still can't believe she's gone. Honestly, sometimes I just say to myself, she's on a trip and she's just not here, but I'm working through that. But that's just me and how I cope with things. I keep myself very busy with CrossFit and my job and my amazing teenage daughters and my family and my friends. I stay very busy, but it's not getting any easier. It actually still gets harder. I don't know if it'll ever get easier. She was so young. She died at 67 years old. We were very close, and I miss her dearly. But I'm surrounded by a wonderful family and support group, and the Project Purple team have become my best of friends, and I am grateful that I can give back in a way through Project Purple and advocate and bring awareness to this awful disease, and really just try to teach everybody about the warning signs, and just keep fighting and supporting Dino in his mission to bring an end to pancreatic cancer, because it's so important. Watching her struggle and lose weight and lose her hair and have no energy, and watching my mom go from being such a active and busy person to constantly laying on the couch and moving so slowly and just deteriorating was devastating. It was devastating. My mom was the type of person that was in charge of parties, and she would organize events, and she was always cooking for everybody and throwing the best holiday dinners and always organizing everything, and chemotherapy took all that away from her. So it was horrible to watch. The last month was really what I'm trying to work through now, because it went by so quickly for her. She came home in early May, and within a week of her being home and not feeling good, everything completely sped up and her organs started to shut down. She ended up in the ICU, and that was the night that we got the most devastating news, was that nothing was working anymore, and she's not responsive to anything anymore, and that we had to make a decision as a family to bring her home and bring her into hospice care. And so we did. And we flew my brother out. He was in Connecticut within 48 hours, and we brought her home to her house, which was the most important thing in her life, this beautiful house. We had her here with hospice and nurses for 5 straight days, and my brother and I really took care of her, and we administered the medication to her and made her as comfortable as possible at the end. And we knew that those were her wishes, to be home, and she passed away very peacefully with us by her side. We had a lot of heavy heart-to-heart talks, and she said to me and my father and my brother that if she was going to find out that it was anything worse than stage 3, if it was stage 4, she was not going to do chemo, that she was just going to live a good quality of life and just live out the rest of her life. And my father really begged her and wanted her to do the chemo, just to give it a try. But she gets the diagnosis that it's stage 4. We find out everything, and she does it for him. She did it for him. She fought as much as she could. A couple times we had to remind her to keep hanging in there, and but chemo was really, really hard on her. I caught her once. She fell down the stairs from passing out, from being so weak. So I remember vividly the conversations There were two of them in particular about her not wanting to do chemotherapy, and she did it for our family. And she was so loving and would have done anything to just stay alive. And she also told me that she was going to be so sad that she wouldn't be around to see her granddaughters get married and see them go off to college. And so all of that stays with me very close to my heart. And she and I are connected on a higher level now, though, I have to say. I feel very blessed that sometimes I see signs and I know she's with me, and I keep those very close to my heart. I just think that the most important thing is to get the word out there and make people aware of how tough the disease is and how important it is to take care of yourself and get yourself checked regularly and learn about what the warning signs are, because the statistics are awful. I would like to remind everybody about push-pull and how CrossFit has been my savior. I've been a CrossFitter for almost 10 years, and I came to Hybrid Athletics about a year ago when my old gym had closed very suddenly, and I landed at Hybrid with Coach Rob Orlando. He's been fantastic, and he runs an amazing facility there, and everybody has been so supportive. So literally, my mom passed away in May, and I had just joined Hybrid a month before, but everybody there was so welcoming, and I wanted to take time off after she passed away because I was not feeling well, but they supported me and got me back in the gym, and they have been amazing to me, as well as my other friends have as well. And Hybrid was able to host our push-pull event back in November. We raised a lot of money, and we were the top gym that raised the most funds, and so thanks to all the Hybrid members for that. But push-pull is such an important event, and if all the CrossFit gyms could please get involved in it. We want this to be nationwide, throughout the world, and it's one way of spreading super important awareness.